Alright, so this video is for French, for which he or she had commented a month ago, saying if you have time, would you mind sharing us the questions asked during the interview and tips for answering them? So yeah, thanks for the comment, and I hope this video can help you in some way. So the interview is essentially the last phase of the IUHW scholarship process. In this diagram, it says it's the third phase before the final acceptance. If you look here, it says interview and essay. I guess that's for normal students in Japan, or international students applying normally to enter this university, but for Cambodian students, we only did the interview. There was no essay. So on the day of the interview, which was held at our University of Health and Sciences, we wore our uniform and had our student ID cards. We all gathered there. There was 5 of us, and the interview lasts 20 minutes each. That was as scheduled, 20 minutes each. I was the first student to be interviewed. And because it was COVID and all of that, the interview was done online. So normally, if there wasn't any COVID, from what I know, the faculty members would fly over to your country and do the interview with you face to face. However, because of the COVID situation, everything was done online. So I was there, sat in uniform, student ID card, in front of the school's laptop, online, and we had the interview via Zoom. So when the interview started, it was you against, I forgot, was it 4 or 5 faculty members, and also I think the chairman of IUHW. I wasn't really sure back then because I was quite nervous and I sort of forgot. But yes, the interview is held in English. You don't need to know Japanese. It's all done in English. Now, a disclaimer, this is the first scholarship interview I've ever done in my life. So I can't really say what's right, what's wrong, or that my answers are correct or they're wrong. I don't know. You might want to ask people that has had more scholarship interview experience, especially those who have done the interview and probably failed a few times. Those who have failed, you can study from them and know what not to do. I don't really know what not to do. I'm just gonna share you what I did and how I answered the questions. I'm gonna provide you a link, a Google Drive link, or Google Slides that I've made that has all the questions that were asked during the interview. A quick note, as I'm editing this video, I realized I forgot to mention one thing. I also made a Google Docs document, and I'll put the link to that in the description below as well. This document has all the questions from the PowerPoint, but it also has some extra questions in which I've prepared the night before the interview, so you can have a look at the extra questions I've made and how I would have answered them if they were to have if they came out. So yeah, let's continue on with the video. Now, these questions are rather casual. They're not technical. I expected them to be a lot harder, but they're quite normal, I would say. And if you're from a different country, you may be asked different questions. If perhaps your written exam scores are a lot higher than mine, maybe they would consider asking you different questions. I don't really know. What I'm showing you now is the questions that I was asked as a Cambodian student, first year medical Cambodian student when I was applying. So keep that in mind. It may be different for you. Okay, so this is the PowerPoint for IUHW School of Medicine Scholarship Interview Preparation. First question I was asked, really simply, interview that say, please introduce yourself for 2 minutes. Of course, I did it for less than 2 minutes. So I just said my name, or my name is blah blah blah, but you can just call me Bod. I am 18 years old from blah 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 province and is currently a first year medical student in the University of Health Sciences. That's my university. I'm interested in real sciences in relations to medicine and healthcare, and I also enjoy mathematics. So, a brief introduction of yourself, your name, where you're from, your age, are you first year medic or second year medical student, and a bit about what you like. So, I like math. That's what I said. Second question is, explain to us what you know about this scholarship. So I've made a video about this before, about what you should know before applying for the IUHW scholarship. And basically, first you have to know the objective of the scholarship. Foster medical doctors as future leaders in the field of health and medicine in their home countries. Of course, paraphrase this. Say, put it in your own words. Then talk about the duration. So once you pass the scholarship, what are you getting yourself into? So first you have the intensive Japanese language program, and then you have 6 years of medical school, such that the first 2 years will be taught in English and the last 4 years will be taught in Japanese. After the 6 years, students must pass the national examination for medical practitioner, which will be done in the Japanese language. And then your obligatory service will start, which will last for 9 years. The first 2 years is residency, in which the clinical institutions are chosen by IUHW, and they have 7 years of duties as a medical doctor in Japan and in his or her country. And then the rules and regulations when you go and study there. When traveling to another country, you must submit a request 3 months prior. The travel should only be 21 days or shorter, living expenses suspended. And yeah, those are the important points. Then they asked me, what have you studied so far in your current university? Now actually, the funny thing is, I was not expecting this question, and I think I was like dumbstruck for 5 seconds. They're like, what have you studied so far in your current university? I was like, oh, what have I studied? It's like, yeah, I studied anatomy, biology, biochem, and introduction to public health. And I think one of the professors laughed. It's like, how do you study anatomy online? I was like, yeah, I don't know. We're pro, man. Which countries have you visited so far? Yeah, I just told them the countries I visited. Which high school do you go to? So tell the name of your high school, then they might ask, oh, is it an international school? What did you study there? What curriculum? Is it a public school? Or just describe your school. And then what curriculum? I did the Khmer curriculum and the British or Cambridge curriculum, and I did IGCSEs and had one A level. So if you did AP, tell them you did AP. IB, tell them you did IB. Just answer what they ask. So the fact that I've mentioned that I studied the Cambridge curriculum made them ask me, you could have applied to study medicine in countries such as the US, UK, or Australia. Why did you choose Japan? So the way I answered this was in 2 parts. First, I acknowledge that US, UK, Australia, and all those countries offer high quality of education. And then I say, Japan also offers high quality of education. But not only that, Japan is one of the cleanest, safest countries in the world, has one of the lowest crime rates, and people of Japan are hardworking, disciplined. They have one of the highest life expectancies in the world, basically promoting Japan in all other aspects. Not only are they good with education, but also great with everything else. Then what do your parents do? Where do they work? What is their position in the workplace? Be honest to what they ask. But, if they ask, what do your parents do? Teacher, doctor, engineer or something. You don't have to tell them where they work unless they ask you, and you don't have to tell them their position in the workplace unless they ask you. So just answer specifically and exactly what they ask you. Now, family income. You should talk to your parents about this. I'm sure they will understand what you mean. So talk to them about it answer the question. Since you will be studying abroad for a long time, are your parents okay with it? So I was honest. At first my mom was worried because she wanted me to be close to her, but my parents, mom and dad, had a talk about it and decided that this scholarship was the best choice for me. So my parents are now fully supportive of this. It's true my mom didn't really want me to take it because she didn't want me to go. Can you cope with the different lifestyle in Japan? Well, you better. Yes, you're flexible, you can adapt, you're open-minded, you're willing to try new things, you're committed. What are your hobbies? So, I run, I cycle, I read, I play the guitar sometimes. Oh, I also sleep a lot, but I don't think you should mention that. As you know, the first 2 years will be taught in English, but the rest will be in fully Japanese. Can you handle it? You fucking better. Yes, since I will be living in Japan for 2 years, my language capabilities will be more than adequate. And also, I'm a fast learner. Do you know any Japanese clinics in Cambodia? No, I don't know. Actually, I did know Sunrise, but I guess at the moment, like during that moment, my brain just went blank. Yeah, I said I don't know. I didn't know. It's fine, you know. It's completely fine to say you don't know. You don't have to act like you don't want to make stuff up. If you don't know, tell them you don't know. Once you finish studying and complete all the obligatory services, you are free to do whatever you want. So, will you choose to work in your home country or work in Japan as the salary is far higher? They did emphasize that the doctor's salary in Japan can be up to 10 times higher than that of a doctor in this country. This is the last question, and it's probably the most important question. Don't forget about the objective of this scholarship. It is to foster medical doctors to essentially work in their home country and contribute to the development of medicine in their home country. So you have to say, of course, you will come back to your home country, contribute to the health and welfare of the citizens, and emphasize you came into medicine not for the money. You came in to help people, to help develop, because you want to help people, you want to develop, you want to save people's lives, not for the money. If you say you're gonna work in Japan as the salary is higher, it implies that you came into medicine for the money, which is not what they want, and it's also not the right reason for you to enter medicine in the first place. That's about it. Read through them, don't copy my answers, maybe paraphrase them, and be yourself. Answer it the way you would answer it, because I'm different from all of you. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.